أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين آمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ya Ahlul Quran, I hope and pray that you all are in the best state of health and increasing state of Iman. Ameen. Alhamdulillah. So we have completed almost 80% of basic tajweed rules. Alhamdulillah, now only two topics. The main two topics are remaining, that is rules of mad and the rules of waqf. Okay, Alhamdulillah. In yesterday's class, we learned about Lam al-Shamsiya and Lam al-Qamariya, and also we learned about Iltiqai Sakina, and that is Noon Qutni, right? What is Lam al-Shamsiya and Lam al-Qamariya? The Lam which is in the word al, which is always present before a noun, that is a prefix of a noun, to indicate that the word is noun. That Lam is sometimes read and sometimes it is not. It is read when the Lam is followed by huruf al-qamariya, the lunar letters, and it is not read when it is followed by huruf al-shamsiya, that is the solar letters. And why are we not reading or reading it? Because the lam, when it comes with the solar letters, the lam merges, that is the idgham will take place of lam and these solar letters. And when it is read, actually the lam is pronounced clearly by doing izhar, as it is not merging with the lunar letters. Alhamdulillah. And we have also seen which are these huruf al-shamsiya and qamariya. What are huruf al-shamsiya? All the letters of tarful lisan, two letters of hafatul lisan, that is dad al-lam, and one letter of wasatul lisan, that is letter sheen. And in huruf al-qamariya, throat letters, huruf al-halqi, huruf al-shafatan, that is lip letters, the two letters of aqsal lisan and two letters of wasatul lisan, that is jim and ya. Alhamdulillah. But in Quran, to know which is lam al-qamariya and lam al-shamsiya, you'll just have to follow one thing, that is if lam has any sign on it, then it is lam al-qamariya. If it has no sign, then we will not read it, because if there is no sign, then there is no sound, and that is lam al-shamsiya, which is silenced. Okay, Alhamdulillah. So the next topic which we learned is about noon qutni, that is when tanween is followed by when tanween is followed by hamzatul wasl, then the noon sakin in tanween will acquire a kasra, a small kasra, and that noon in Quran, the mushaf we use in India or Pakistan, all the, you can say, non-Arab countries, that script is called as Majidi script. In that script of the Quran, the noon sakin of tanween is taken out from the tanween, and it is kept below hamzatul wasl or nearer to the tanween letter, a small noon carrying kasra, that is called as noon qutni. But in few mushafs, that kind of thing is not provided. So if you come across any word carrying fathatan, dhammatan, kasratan at the end of the word, and if the next word is starting with hamzatul wasl, then you will have to add kasra to the noon sakin present in that tanween. Okay, I have also sent you the PDF where all the possibilities of noon qutni in the Quran, especially in the middle of the ayahs, is already given in that PDF. You can just go through it and inshallah learn. And even if you have a mushaf where this thing is not provided, you can just mark it with a pencil or a pen, so that you don't forget to pronounce that. Okay, because as you're a beginner and you're using Usmani mushaf, and if you did not know about the ruling till now, then it is better to mark it in the places wherever there is noon qutni. Okay, Alhamdulillah. So now inshallah today we are going to start a new topic, that is the rules of mad. Okay, inshallah. What is mad? What is mad? Mad means to stretch, to elongate. Something which is long is called as mad. Okay, in Tajweed, it may be defined as to make the mad letters long under some condition. We have already learned this in the beginning, right? especially when we were learning about waw sakin and ya sakin and alif, then we learned that when alif is when there is a letter before alif carrying fatha, then that alif will be alif mad, right? If waw sakin has a letter before it carrying dhamma, then that dhamma letter will be stretched for 2 count. And the ya sakin, if it has a letter before it carrying kasra, then that letter with kasra will be stretched for 2 count, because alif, waw and ya are the huruf al mad. And also we learned about alif, waw and ya saghira, where the same alif, waw and ya mad are now very small written there. Actually it is the same type of mad, both are madul asli, but in the Quran which we learn, they are also called as standing fatha, standing kasra and inverted dhamma. Alright, these are the mads, and we have already completed those 2 types of mad, alhamdulillah. So today inshallah we'll see the further types of mad which are there in Quran. Okay, we'll only learn what is basic and what is important for us inshallah to recite Quran. What is mad? Yeah, to prolong the huruf al mad, that is to stretch the huruf al mad, that is called as mad. And the makhraj of mad is al jawf, yani we are using the empty space in the mouth to stretch those letters, alhamdulillah. So before knowing what is mad and all, we'll have to know how much count, what does count means, or what does haraka mean, so that we can stretch these things correctly, right? We have to stretch it for the exact time, for the exact duration. For example, the madul tabi'i and madul asli which we learned, we stretched it for 2 count, right? So now as we are learning the main rules of all the mads, you'll have to know how much is that 2 count duration. If you compare, one haraka means to just open your one finger. The time taken to open your one finger. If you close all your fingers and then open one finger, or you just, the time taken to say one is one haraka. The time taken to say 1, 2, this 2 together is 2 haraka now. But if you see in the time, the exact time, then 2 count is equal to 1 second approximately. 1 second, or you can say 1 second and 10 to 12 milliseconds extra, but it is just like 1 second. 2 harakas or 2 counts is equal to 1 second, and we already learned this while learning about mad ul asli or mad tabi'i, right? Alhamdulillah. Now inshallah let's see what are the main 2 types of mad. There are 2 main types of mad, that is madul asli or mad tabi'i, which is called as original mad. What is original mad? It is a basic foundation of mad. Which are those? That is alif mad, waw mad, ya mad, which we have already completed, and it is alif saghira, waw saghira and ya saghira, which we have already completed, that is standing fatha, standing kasra, inverted dhamma. These are the original mad. Why? Because those are the basic foundation of mad, right? Madul asli means something which is foundation, the original thing. What is one haraka? It is a short vowel, right? It is a short vowel. As soon as this one will convert to 2 haraka, then this 2 haraka duration is the basic foundation of mad. So if you want to say something called as mad, then it should at least be stretched for 2 count. 2 is a minimum count of mad, and that is why these 2 mads which we have already learned, alif waw and ya mad, and also alif waw ya mad saghira, which we called as standing fatha, standing kasra, inverted dhamma, are the basic mads. Okay, what is the second mad now? What is the second main type of the mad? That is a mad al far'i, which is called as secondary mad. Okay, secondary mad. Actually far'i means the branches, the different branches of mad al asli. Now just like we had learnt in noon sakin tanween ruling, that how to apply the rules on noon sakin, what we learnt is what comes after noon sakin or tanween, right? In the same way, while learning about lama shamsiya and qamariya, what did we learn? What comes after lama shamsiya and qamariya, that will decide whether to read lam or not, right? And even in hamzatul wasl, what to add on hamzatul wasl, what comes after hamzatul wasl will decide that we'll add fatha on hamzatul wasl or dhamma or kasra, right? In the same way, what comes after madul asli will decide whether to stretch mad for 4 count, whether to stretch it for 6, or whether it can be kept for 2 only, or what are the durations. All that are decided by looking at the thing by looking at either the haraka or by a letter which is present after these two mads, that is madul asli, madul tabi'i, alif, waw and ya mad, and also alif, waw, ya mad saghira, but in the Quran which we use it is standing fatha, inverted dhamma and standing kasra. So what comes after this mad will decide whether to stretch it or whether not to stretch it and which type of mad it is. Fine. Alhamdulillah, I hope you understood. Now inshallah let's begin to learn about this secondary mad, because we have already completed this madul asli. Just for your revision sake I have taken the slide here. What is mad tabi'i? Alif mad and waw mad and ya mad. All these mad are madul tabi'i, madul asli. Okay, madul tabi'i will be a bit difficult for you to remember, and that is why I have just taken asli. You can just write madul tabi'i here also in two types of main mad, that can be madul tabi'i or madul asli, and this is called as madul far'i. Fine. Okay, which are the madul asli or madul tabi'i? All these which we only stretch for 2 count, not more than that, only for 2 count. For example, I'll read these words which we have already completed in our huruf al-mad rulings. The only 2 count. Khafa, turu, nuru, qalu, yuhi, yaqulu, takunu, maliki, صراط, تأمرون, رازقين, أريد, أجيب. All these mads are only stretched for 2 haraka. This is madul asli. Okay, and even this standing fatha, standing kasra, inverted dhamma, which is also called as alif, waw, ya, al mad al saghira. That is a small, it is written in Usmani Musaf with a small alif, waw and ya, but here in the Quran which we use it is just written as standing fatha, standing kasra, inverted dhamma, and even this will come under madul asli, just like ilafi bihi ibadihi rusulihi lahu Dawuda rasuluhu samawati maliki abawahu ghawina amana. Okay, alhamdulillah. So that is all about madul asli. Now inshallah let's begin to learn the main topic of today's session, that is mad due to Hamzah. Now what did I say earlier? What comes after madul asli will decide that to stretch that mad for 2 count or 4 or 6 or 6 to 7, that depends. Okay, the first type of mad which we are learning is mad due to Hamzah. What does that mean? If you find Hamzah after huruf al-mad or madul asli, then that will be stretched for 4 to 5 counts inshallah. Depending upon that, the mad is divided into 2 types. One is mad al-wajib muttasil and another is mad al-jayaz munfasil. Okay, now let's inshallah learn these 2 types of mad separately. Okay, this mad is due to Hamzah. You can just write it in your books. Secondary mad, in the heading where you wrote the primary mad or the madul asli, you can just write madul tabi'i and alif waw ya saghira. Now take a second heading, mad al far'i or secondary mad. Okay, secondary mad, you can just write this heading, and first you will have to write the first type, the first main kind is mad due to Hamzah. Mad due to Hamzah will have 2 more types, and which is those types inshallah let's learn now. Okay, the first type is al-mad al-wajib muttasil. Okay, now let's learn this terminology separately. What is mad? Mad means to stretch, right, to elongate. What is wajib? Wajib means something which is mandatory. Maybe you know that the witr which we offer after Isha Salah before the Fajr prayer and before Fajr Awam, that is called as wajib al-witr. That is a wajib, that is mandatory prayer, right? Just like other fard prayers, not just similar, but yeah, it is highly mandatory. Okay, wajib means something which is mandatory. Okay, then what does muttasil means? Muttasil means attached. By these 2 double T's over here, you can just remember this word, attached or joined. Okay, attached or joined. What is joined? Obviously Hamzah is joined because this mud is due to Hamzah. Where it is joined? It is joined with the huruf al mud in the same word. Okay, now let's learn the definition correctly. Wajib means mandatory. Muttasil means attached or joined. Okay, if a mad letter or mad tabi'i or madul asli is followed by hamza, and if that hamza is present in the same word, then we will apply the ruling of mad al wajib muttasil. Okay, simple and easy, and this is an obligatory prolongation because it is wajib and you have to pronounce it for 4 to 5 counts in the Quran wherever you see it. And if you're using obviously the Majid script, it is very easy for you because if alif mad is followed, if alif wa or ya mad or alif wa or ya saghira is followed by hamza can be this, hamza can be this alif with any haraka on it, fatha, dhamma, kasra, sakin, anything, or hamza can be like this sometime, and sometimes hamza come above the waw, and sometimes hamza comes above the ya. But remember, it should be hamza. That doesn't matter if it is just like this or an alif with fatha, dhamma, kasra. That can be anything. If you find alif waw ya mad or madul asli followed by a letter hamza, followed by letter hamza, then you will see this sign on that alif mad, waw mad or ya mad. Okay, this sign. What is this sign? This is a sign of a mad. This actually, there is an edge here, right? There is an edge here, so I called it for my easiness that a mad with edge on it, because this edge is actually there to remind that we are connecting huruf al mad to hamza. Okay, alhamdulillah. So from this example you will understand more better. Okay, now there is zal here with fatha followed by alif, but the next letter is not hamza, it is hamzatul wasl, so it is just stretched for 2 count. But while doing wasl, we don't read this, and even alif mad gets cancelled, especially when doing wasl. So that is when next letter is tajdeed or sakin, the mad always gets cancelled. Okay, now just see how we'll recite this. إذا السماء انفطرت. Okay, now this is meme with fatha, this is alif mad, and hamza is attached here. Yani hamza is a word, hamza is a letter of the same word. Okay, it came just after alif mad, and that is why now this alif mad will carry this sign of mad, and this mad is called as mad al wajib muttasil now, and we will stretch it for 4 to 5 count. 4 to 5, you can just keep it 4 for the consistency. The 4 count is enough, alhamdulillah. Okay, you will understand more better inshallah from these examples. Okay, see here, وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي. Here, where are the huruf al mad? First let's see that in this ayah. There is huruf al mad here, but that is the next letter is lam, so we will just stretch it for 2 count. Another, the huruf al mad is here, right? Yeah, and there is nothing, so we'll just stretch it for 2 count. There is nothing after it. But here you can see the lam is carrying standing fatha. Standing fatha is huruf al mad, right? And hamza is attached to it, yani not attached in terms of writing. Actually that hamza is a part of the same word, it should be a part of the same word. Okay, attached and detached doesn't mean that hamza, see here the hamza is not attached, but it is part of a same word, right? Alhamdulillah. And to easiness in the Quran, that is always indicated by this mad, which is called as a mad with an edge. Okay, edge, the mad with an edge, alhamdulillah. So inshallah, now let's stretch this for 4 count. How to stretch it? وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي. Here the lam has standing fatha followed by hamza in the same word. This is one single word. Okay, and here also there is alif mad, but the next letter is not Hamzah, so stretch it only for 2 count. Even here there is alif mad, but next letter is not Hamzah, so stretch it only for 2 count. But here there is Hamzah, and that is why it is Muttasil. Ulaika ashabun nari. I'm not applying waqf rules here because you yet don't know anything about the waqf rule, so we'll not stop at this point. I'll just recite by applying wasl rulings. Okay, see, I stretched this for 4 haraka. Now let's see this ayah. Where is the huruf al-mad? Here, but the next letter is noon, that is why only 2 haraka. Here the next letter is Hamzah, 4 haraka. Okay, here, yeah, here the next, after huruf al-mad, the next letter is noon, only 2 haraka. But here after alif mad, the next letter is Hamzah, that too in the same word, and it has also got this sign of mad, and this is for 4 haraka. Okay, يذبحون أبناءكم ويستحيون نساءكم. I hope you understood. Now here in the last ayah, Dhamma is followed by Waw Sakin. This is Huruf al-Mad, but the next letter is Mim, so stretch it only for 2 count. Here Waw Sakin is followed by Noon, stretch it only for 2 count. But here Waw Sakin is followed by Hamzah, and there is a sign of Mad. This is for 4 haraka or 4 to 5 haraka. Here the letter Dal has Fatha followed by Alif, that is Alif Mad, but the next letter is Ba, only 2 count. I hope you understand. Huruf al-mad should be followed by Hamzah, only then it is 4 count. But if it is some other letters, then you will have to stretch it only for 2 count. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Yasumunakum al-adhabi. Okay, I hope you understood, inshallah. Now I'm going to explain the next topic also. After that we'll practice both the words of both the slides, and inshallah then you can ask your doubts if you have any. Now let's learn the second category of mad due to Hamzah. We are now learning only the mad which is due to Hamzah, and in that first what we saw, if huruf al-mad or madul asli is followed by Hamzah which is joined, that is which is present in the same word, then that huruf al-mad is stretched for 4 counts, 4 to 5 counts, and it is mandatory, right? Now the second type of mad is called as mad al-jayaz munfasil. Jayaz means that was wajib, which means that was mandatory to be stretched for 4 to 5 count, but this is not mandatory. The main duration of this mad is similar to mad al-wajib muttasil, that is 4 to 5 counts, but still it is just jayaz, it is permitted. It is a permissible mad, and that is why you can either stretch for 4 to 5 counts, or you can just keep it the minimum. What is minimum of mad? It is 2 count. Okay, Alhamdulillah. And Munfasil means separated, that was attached, and this is separated, that was joined, that the huruf al-mad was followed by Hamzah and it was in the same word, but now this is not in the same word, this is in a different word. How will you understand it is in a different word? If a mad letter or madul asli is present in the end of one word, alif mad, waw mad, ya mad, or if there is a word letters carrying standing fatha, inverted dhamma, or standing kasra in the end of one word, and if Hamzah is in the beginning of the second word, then these both are separated now because they are in both different words, right? And Hamzah will always be in the beginning of the next word only, because it is the main ruling that Hamzah should follow the alif, waw, ya mad or madul asli, right? Alhamdulillah. Then this mad is separated. The duration of this mad is 4 to 5 haraka only, but as it is permissible, jayaz, you can just count, stretch it for 2 counts, that is a minimum mad count. Okay, Alhamdulillah. I'll explain again from these examples. Okay, here you can see there is a word meme with fatha which is followed by alif, and the next letter is ya, but this is not mad al-jayaz munfasil, so it is just stretched for 2 count. But here the same meme with fatha has alif, this is one single word, and adraka is another word. Okay, adraka is another word and this is separate word. Alif mad is followed by Hamzah in the next word, and that is why this is madal jaiz munfasil. We have two options to recite this, either 4 count or 2 count. I'll recite both. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا يَوْمُ الدِّينِ وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا يَوْمُ الدِّينِ. I just read this like how I recited this 2 haraka mad, right? وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا يَوْمُ الدِّينِ, or وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا يَوْمُ الدِّينِ. Fine, it just depends. If you want to stretch it for 2 count, then you can just stretch it for 2, or if you want to stretch it for 4 to 5 count, then you can stretch it for 4 to 5 count. But make sure when you start a recitation, for example, now you started reciting Quran, you just opened Quran, started reciting, and you have to make up your mind whether you will have to apply 2 haraka on madal jaiz munfasil or 4 haraka. First, if you in the beginning, if there is madal jaiz munfasil and you just pronounced it for 4 haraka, then till the end of your tilawa of that session you will have to recite it for 4 haraka only. If you decided to just stretch it for 2 count, then till the end of that tilawa you'll have to stretch it for 2 count only. Then later on, if you want to recite Quran again, it is up to you. You can make you can stretch it for how much ever time you want. Okay, alhamdulillah, these are the 2 types of mad which are due to Hamza. Okay, now from these examples you will understand more better. Okay, here there is alif mad but followed by lam, and that is why it is just for 2 count. Here there is ya mad but followed by hamza in next word, and yeah, just look at the sign. This mad, the sign of this mad is wavy. Okay, the sign of this mad is kind of wavy. Okay, this kind of sign. You open the Quran today and start searching. If it is Majidi script only, if it is Usmani Mushaf, then both this mad will have a wavy mad. Okay, both the mad al jaiz munfasil and muttasil will just have this sign. Okay, but if you're using Majidi script, the muttasil will have this sign, the mad with edge, which actually is indicating that there is attached, Hamza is attached to huruf al mad, and Munfasil will have this kind of wavy mad in the Quran. Okay, wavy mad. Fine, alhamdulillah. So here all the examples have that wavy mad. Qala inni, 2 haraka, but the next word is starting with Hamza. That is why we have 2 options, either 4 or either 2. Here, even here there is alif mad, but next letter is not Hamza. Even here there is alif mad, but next letter is not Hamza. Okay, even here, but next letter is not Hamza. So stretch it only for 2 count. Only if you find Hamza, then you'll have to stretch this mad. Okay. قال إني أعلم ما لا تعلمون. Okay, now if I apply 2 haraka, قال إني أعلم ما لا تعلمون. For 4 haraka, قال إني أعلم ما لا تعلمون. It is up to you. Okay, now here قالوا سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا. But if you want to just stretch for 2 haraka, لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا. Only for 2 you can stretch it 2, but you have to be consistent throughout the recitation. Okay, now here there is mad al jaiz munfasil, and even here there is waw mad is followed by hamza in next word, alif mad is followed by hamza in next word, not the same word. فسجدوا إلا إبليس قال يا آدم أنبئهم بأسمائهم. قال Ya Adamu, this Hamza is written with same word, but actually Ya word is separate. Ya, which is used to call the person or call anyone, like Ya Adamu, O Adam. Okay, O, the word in English which we use to call someone like O is Ya. Actually, the Ya word is different. Adamu is Adam alayhi salam, right? The Adam word is different. Even the Hamza is attached to this word, but still it is separated because Ya is a different word, Adamu is a different word. Okay, you'll understand by looking at this sign, inshallah, when you're reciting Quran. قال يا آدم أنبئهم بأسمائهم وإذا رأوهم قالوا إن هؤلاء لضالون. Okay, Alhamdulillah. This is all about mad due to Hamza. I'll explain again and then we can recite. And if you have any doubts, you can ask, inshallah. The mad due to Hamza is mainly divided into two types. That is, one is mad al wajib muttasil and second is mad al jaiz mufasil. Wajib means mandatory, muttasil means attached or joined. What is attached? This mad is due to Hamza, and so Hamza should be attached. Okay. Attached means it is not compulsory that if this is waw mad, hamza must be attached. There is nothing like that. Attached means hamza should be a part of the same word, not the different word. Okay, here alif mad is followed by hamza in the same word. Alif mad, that is alif saghira, is followed by hamza in the same word. Here alif mad is followed by hamza in the same word. Even here it is same. Here waw mad is followed by hamza in the same word, and that is why we'll stretch it for 4 count. And it is wajib, that is mandatory to stretch it at least for 4 count. The duration is 4 to 5, but minimum is 4. Okay. What is madal jaiz munfasil? Jaiz means something which is permitted. It is permissible. That is it, so that it is not compulsory for you to stretch it for 4 to 5 counts. You can just stretch it for the minimum count. That is mad means at least stretching it for 2 count. Alhamdulillah. And what is the ruling? The huruf al mad or mad al asli should be followed by the hamza in a separate word. Okay, munfasil means separated. This is one word and this is another word. Actually, this word inni is one word, a'lamu is another word. Okay, lana is different, illa is different. In that way, the mad should be, the huruf al mad or madul asli should be separated. Fine. So if you have any doubts, first you'll ask that, inshallah. Turn your mics on and ask any doubts if you have in madal jaiz munfasil and muttasil. Then later on, inshallah, let's practice all this mad. Okay. No, alhamdulillah. So now inshallah let's learn. Let's practice all these ayahs. وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي
وإذ قال ربك للملائكة إني.
See here, wow mad is followed by wow, but this wow has no haraka on it. If there is no sign, there is no sound. You will not stretch this hamza. Okay. أولئك أصحاب النار
أولئك أصحاب النار
يذبحون أبناءكم ويستحيون نساءكم
يذبحون أبناءكم ويستحيون نساءكم
يسومونكم سوء العذاب
يسومونكم سوء العذاب.
Alhamdulillah, barakallahu feekum. Now inshallah let's learn madal jaiz munfasil. قال إني أعلم ما لا تعلمون
قال إني أعلم ما لا تعلمون.
قالوا سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا
قالوا سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا.
فسجدوا إلا إبليس
فسجدوا إلا إبليس
قال يا آدم أنبئهم بأسمائهم
قال يا فأنبئهم بأسمائهم
وإذا رأوهم قالوا إن هؤلاء لضالون
وإذا رأوهم قالوا إن
MashaAllah, Barakallahu feekum. Alhamdulillah, this is all about the mud due to Hamzah. Tomorrow, inshallah, let's see mud due to temporary sukoon. Okay? Yeah, Alhamdulillah. So let's end the meeting now. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun ala al-mursaleen. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullahu khairan.